Ladies and gentlemen from Red Deer, please welcome the Country Pride Dance Club.
Mississippi and down in Alabama, breathing like a fever all across the land. From deep in the Delta on the Louisiana shore, the people got to have it. They want to hear some more. It's a hillbilly rock, beating with a drum, playing the guitar like shooting from a gun. Keep it up the rhythm, steady as a clock. Doing a little thing called the hillbilly rock. Some say it came from Memphis down in Tennessee.
Hi, my name is Corey Barron, and I'm doing a simple 25th anniversary documentary on Country Pride Dance Club. I'm going to start the story from the very beginning and tell the history of the club up until the present day. I'm going to introduce Dennis Woodman, one of the founders of Country Pride Dance Club, and let him tell the story of how it started at a birthday party with friends.
So we were all hanging out and stuff, and then he asked me if I wanted to come to this Roy Haig's birthday party and stuff like this, and I said, okay. So we go to this birthday party and cooking up hot dogs, hamburgers and stuff. And after that, we're all sitting around in the front room, and all of a sudden they're going, well, Dennis, why don't you start up a group? And I'm going, well, I didn't want to start up a group. I like to keep it fun. Do what we want. And needless to say, by the end of that barbecue and everything, we had a name for a dance group. We had 3 performances to do, and I decided I want to pick out the colors then, because I want something that's going to stand out in the crowd, which was our pink and black.
Over the following year, Country Pride Dance Club would grow to a membership of approximately 30 people before it would reach its first hurdle. I'll let Rob Ironside explain what happened next.
The very first competition that we went to, and we took first place, we beat 4 other teams, and we were the underdogs, and we won. And it was a real high. So we went, because it was very controversial to us going to that. We had about 30 people on our dance team. For a club at that time, not all were part of the team, and a bunch of them quit because they didn't want to go to that. Yeah. We got 8 together, we won. From that 8, in about a year and a half, we expanded the club to over 300 people.
Took me by surprise, put me on the floor, right between eyes with the 2x4, just a little taste and I fell in love.
Now, it's hard to mention everything that happened in 1991 because there was a lot going on. But here's a list of a few organizations and events that got started in that time that got country dancing booming through the 90s. Things got really busy for Country Pride over the following year. They decided to start up separate chapter organizations based out of Ponoka, Rocky Mountain House, and Stettler because of the growth and interest in country dancing throughout this time period.
What you wanna do that for? I fell in love. What you wanna do that for? Oh, I fell in love. Trying to visualize what's wrong with me. Got me hypnotized and cannot see. Boy, you really got me. I fell in love. I fell in love. I fell in love. Oh, I fell in love.
Is it running? Is this running? I'm Larry.
In 1993, country dancing in Red Deer really started to lift off with the introduction of its very first dance festival, the Red Hot.
There's a festival coming up. Let's get into that.
Okay. It's
Competition.
on February 12th, 13th, and 14th down at the Moose Hall. It's the first Country and Western Dance Festival in Red Deer. And
The first one?
first one.
Is that right?
First one that we've ever put on in this area. Edmonton and Calgary have done them before.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about time that we put one on in this area.
Great.
And we're expecting a lot of people from the cities to come down to Red Deer. We're expecting about 500 people.
500 people.
Yeah.
How are you going to get them all into the Moose Hall?
Well, people will be coming and going all
They'll
weekend.
be rotating.
Yeah, because some people are coming to compete, some are coming to just learn how to dance. And a lot of people that, from the public that are just coming to watch, they can come down and take some of the workshops. Because the workshops are going all weekend. They're starting at 9 o'clock in the morning and they run all day.
Till,
Till about 4 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then at night time you're going to have...
Yeah, we're going to have a dance so you can practice all of it.
When the crowd's into it, Lord, it makes this thing I'm doing seem right. Standing in the spotlight, chasing that neon rainbow, I'm living that honky-tonk dream. 'Cause all I've ever wanted is to pick his guitar and sing.
The Red Hot Dance Festival was a great success, and with that, Red Deer was now on the country western dance map in 1993.
Daddy's got a radio he wanted 30 years ago. He said, son, I just know we're gonna hear you singing on it someday. Well, I made it up to Music Row, but Lordy, don't the wheels turn slow. Still, I wouldn't trade a minute, I wouldn't have it any other way. Just show me to the stage, I'm chasing that neon rainbow. I'm a living that honky-tonk dream. 'Cause all I ever wanted is to take this.
Hang on, don't nobody move. On behalf of Lee and myself and all of the Sugarfoot Express dancers, there's a couple here that deserve the biggest round of applause for putting on the biggest event of the year. Rob, Bonnie, and another fellow, what's his name? Dan Wright. Lee and I have been to events all over the United States and Canada for the last 4 years. This event was second to none, and the reason why is because it had a real homey atmosphere. The people were there and supported one another, and it didn't matter if you were from Edmonton or Calgary or Grand Prairie or Medicine Hat. Speaking of Medicine Hat, this was super. One more time for Rob, Bonnie, and Dan.
While those three people are up there, they were also involved in the beginning of what we hope is going to grow, the Alberta Country Western Dance Association. But on behalf of that, but just in dancing in general, I think the Alberta dance community has grown larger and a whole lot closer this weekend thanks to these three people. So give them a big round of applause.
Country Pride Dance Club from Red Deer, Alberta.
In 1994, Country Pride would host Alberta's first country western dance festival of the year over the Valentine holiday. This year, they moved the event to a bigger venue, the Red Deer Lodge, to accommodate the crowd. Some of the things that took place at this event other than the competitions were a performance of men dressing up as girls and being a follower while the women dressed like men and led the men. There was also a junior team that did an awesome job performing their line dances, and let's not forget the pajama party dance as well. Some of the featured guest instructors were Gary McIntyre, Toby and Miles Monroe, Jim and Stephanie McDonald, Lee Spila, Jojo Balmonte, Irvin Latrace, and Rob and Sherry Tovell.
Sometimes you follow. Don't worry about what you don't know. Life
You might ask the question, how far will a dancer go to improve their dancing skills, and to what extent did it take for the club to keep itself alive and kicking when there were limited places to practice? Well, here's one example, practicing in an airport hangar. New routines and updating your old routine is quite common among dance teams, not only to give newness to the dance, but also if you wanted to keep up in the competition field, you needed to keep changing your routine. Country Pride had now been dancing for a few years, and they'd come out with a new routine taught by Pam Bowden for the song Against the Grain. Now, if you remember, I mentioned that Country Pride had separate chapters in Stettler and Rocky Mountain House. Here's the Stettler team in 1994. Notice the difference in their uniforms? Oh yeah, and did I mention they won the Westerner Parade too?
Now, next coming up is the Country Pride Dancers. Now, they are the best overall entry. That's the.
And look at them boogie, woo! I've watched this group perform a number of times, and if you're a lover at all of country music, and of course that's the central theme of entertainment at the Westerner, they are wonderfully entertaining. Makes you really get excited about being able to boogie.
Isn't it amazing how country dancing has taken over our community? And why not, of course?
Country dancing really had taken off in Red Deer, and since Red Deer was central to Edmonton and Calgary, it was easy for people to commute the hour-and-a-half drive for a festival or meetup, which made it a great spot for people to come. Now, I haven't spent a lot of time mentioning the ACWDA, or Alberta Country Western Dance Association, but I thought I would state that this organization held its annual meetings in Red Deer. I'll let Rob Ironside explain what this organization was all about and what they did to start off the year in 1995.
In relation to that, so one of the things that we tried to do with the Alberta Country Western Dance Association was build relationships with any teaching organization that we could. And so we went to the top person we could, because I'd met her at a number of dance festivals in the past, and that was Kelly Gillette. She was the president of the NTA, and we brought her up in 1995 to teach for us with the Alberta Country Western Dance Association.
From line of dance. Now, organization is nothing more than moving forward, walking forward, a walking back.
Now, 1995 was an exciting year to say the least, with the performance team starting their annual performances at the World Juniors Hockey Championship. Then they went on to compete in Calgary and at River City Dance Festival, gaining first place. Now, there's one person who I'd really like to introduce here, and this guy pretty much brought country two-step dancing to Alberta. Here's Wayne Knight.
And now we have a real treat in store. We're going to get ready to see the Country Pride Dancers. And I believe Brian's going to introduce them again to us.
Come on up and... Yeah, I think a lot of misconceptions people have is that you have to know how to dance before you join. Nothing could be further from the truth. A lot of our members got involved with the club just to learn how to dance, and then they get in as involved as they want. And so you don't need to know anything in order to get involved and to join.
So the club must be taking off, judging by the new outfits. Anybody who's seen the Country Pride dances before know that these are basically new. I haven't seen them before, so...
I'll let my wife Bonnie tell you about that.
Sure.
They're brand new. We had them finished a week before the competition in April. Myself and two of the other girls, Debbie and Rose on the team, and then three of the guys. We had them do all the hard work. They did the freight checking on the fringe, and we did all the sewing and stuff. But yeah, they're brand new outfits.
Okay. So you've got new plans for the club, and I see that the club will be holding something new in Red Deer coming this summer.
Yeah, what we've got planned this summer, it's something we have done. It's be our third annual this year, but we've moved it to August. It was in February here 2 years ago, and that's the Red Hot Dance Festival, and it's August 18th, 19th, and 20th coming up here this summer, and it's up at the Westerner Pavilion, and it's 3 days of workshops, demonstrations, a lot of fun that people can come in and just watch And this year we've got a lot of stuff planned for the family. We've got something happening Saturday afternoon that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try to set a World Juniors line dance record. So for all the kids that may have taken any kind of line dancing in school, they can come up. They get in for free if they're going to participate in the line dancing portion of it. And the parents just have to buy a spectator pass, and that's only $6. And they can come up and they can be part of the weekend for us. And all of the kids that participate, they get a certificate for being part of the line dancing.
Selling turnips on a flatbed truck, crunching on a pork rind when she pulled up. She had to be thinking this is where rednecks come from. She had Hollywood written on her license plate. She was lost and looking for the interstate, needing directions, and I was a man for the job. I told her way up yonder past the caution light, there's a little country store with a no coke sign. You gotta stop in and ask Miss Bell.
Now to top off the year with the Red Hot Dance Festival, I thought I would let Rob Ironside mention how big this event got.
The third Red Hot that we had, we moved it to the Westerner in Red Deer. And it was the biggest venue we could have. We really were debating about going UCWDC at that time, but we decided not to, and we really decided to focus on teams. But that year, we had 13 teams at it. It was the biggest event Red Deer had ever had in Alberta, to my knowledge, for dance teams for a country western dance event. We had over 500 people for our supper show, which was crazy because we had that many people to get fed. And then also for unrepetitive attendance, we figured we were around 1,400 people. So it was the largest event, to my knowledge, for country western dancing in Alberta at the time.
For some of her sweet tea, then a left will take you to the interstate, but a right will bring you right back here to me.
Even though the 1995 Red Hot was a great success at gathering huge crowds, it lost financially and did not happen in 1996. But some reorganization was done to help it start back up in 1997.
But something felt right when she stopped and asked Miss Bell for some of her sweet tea. Mama gave her a big old glass and sent her right back here to me. Thank God for good direction and turnip greens.
Here's a news reporter reporting on the 1997 Red Hot Dance Festival and a few clips of the event as well.
Well, it's the fastest growing style of dancing there is, country and western. Our photographer David Owasik saw a lot of heads turn at a recent dance extravaganza.
We've got dancers here from all over. We've got as far away as California, Denver, all over Alberta, BC, and Saskatchewan. Well, you got to start somewhere, and I mean, if you think they look like they're having a good time, what makes you any different out there on the floor having a good time too? Especially for people that just want to come and watch, or if they want to come and learn how to do some dancing, this is where to do it. We all got to start somewhere. Some of us have just been doing it longer, that's all.
jazz ballroom dancing with your boots on. And now here's a peek at our midweek weather forecast with John Berry.
Comes to my door.
We're very pleased to be here at the 4th Annual Calgary Country Dance Stampede. This is our 4th year for being in Calgary, and we'd like to thank Gary for inviting us.
Run down bar,
Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. The Country Pride Dance Club.
In 1998, Country Pride decided to make a trip out to British Columbia and visit the Cowichan Country Dance Festival on Vancouver Island. Here's a few pictures of the event and a few clips as well.
Now if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely. To watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of a neon moon. I think of two young lovers are running wild and free. I close my eyes and sometimes see you in the shadows of this smoke-filled room. No telling how many tears I've sat here and cried, or how many lies that I've lied, telling my poor heart she'll come back someday. Oh, but I'll be alright as long as there's light from a neon moon. Oh, if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely. So watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the dreams of a neon moon. Jukebox plays on, drink by drink, and the words of every sad song seem to say what I think, and it's hurt inside of me. Ain't never gonna end. Oh, but I'll be alright as long as there's light from a neon moon. Oh, if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely. So watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of a neon moon. So watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of a neon moon. Oh, watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of a neon moon.
Here's a short intro to Country Pride's 1999 performance.
Promoting country and western dancing to the public, they believe in strong family and community values and figure there's no better way to play together than kicking up your heels in time to the music. Please welcome the Country Pride Dancers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Country Pride Dancers from Red Deer, Alberta would like to do their version of a typical Saturday night dance.
Where's the girls? Where's the girls?
I don't know about you guys, but I want to dance.
I don't care what they say other lovers do. I just want to dance.
What was that? No girl's gonna want to dance like that. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Where's the girls? Where's the girls? Guys, I can't dance. Really, I'm telling you, I can't dance. Help, I'm white and I can't get down. I couldn't let me planted on the ground. I need some help. See what I mean?
You guys have it all wrong. Your moves ain't gonna get you the girls. It's what you say that counts.
If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it? Where's the girls? Where's the girls? I don't see any girls. Do you see any girls?
Be quiet, kid. What's with you guys? Girls aren't everything. I mean, really. We're out with the guys. Quit whining about girls.
Yeah, you're right.
Guys. Kid, be quiet. If a girl walked in right now, I don't think I'd even notice her. Who needs them, right?
Right. I tried to tell him.
We went out last night like we swore we wouldn't do. Drank too much beer last night, a lot more than we wanted to. There were girls from Argentina and Arkansas, Maine, Alabama, and Panama, all mixed together and having a ball. Yeah, we went out last night. One thing started leading to another. Out last night, hitting on everybody and the mother. There were two karaoke girls drunk on a dare, singing I Got You, babe, by Sonny and Cher. Your love was good everywhere. We went out last night. I grew up in East Tennessee, but last night I was everything. When I got a few drinks in me, I was a doctor, a lawyer, a senator's son, Brad Pitt's brother, and a band on the run. Anything I thought would get the job done. Yeah, we went out last night. One thing started leading to another. Out last night, hitting on everybody and the mother. There were people doing body shots up on the bar, Jimmy and a fist fight out by the car. Everybody was some kind of star when we went out last night. Well, the fact that I'm still breathing means that I must have survived, and that I live.
We gotta get going, we gotta get partying. We are Country Pride, we know how to do it with pride.
Last night, one thing started leading to another. Out last night, everybody started loving on each other. They were dancing on the tables and howling at the moon, pairing off together, and pretty soon there was not a soul in sight when we went out last night.
The couple that you just met at the Calgary Dance Stampede that you knew from Red Hot.
Yeah, I don't even know, I don't even remember the names of these people, but they remembered me, and that happens on a fairly regular basis, and it really kind of makes me uncomfortable, but it's very flattering at the same time. They say, hey, are you Rob? Did you run the Red Hot Dance Festival? I go, yeah, that's me. And so they said, we were at this one, and they, and that's what's so special. People remember, I remember this time, and I go, okay, yeah, I remember that too. Even if I don't, I say I do. And so they came on these pub.
You're just so full of shit, eh?
Sometimes I am.
I guess I'm gonna edit that out now.
So, well, you gotta be friendly. You don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. And just because I'm the idiot, they shouldn't feel bad. So anyways, I said, well, tell me. And they said, well, you used to have these pub crawls. We went to all these bars. And I said, oh, yeah, we sure did. And we did. We'd have, on a Thursday night, we got this idea, and we stole it from Denver. They would go on these pub crawls. And you go to all of the places around town, because a lot of time when you go to a dance festival, if you go from out of town, people would fly in. If you flew into Vegas, you went to the hotel, you were there, and then you left, and you never saw any of the town. Well, this pub crawl idea kind of fixed that, and it was awesome. When we went to Denver, and we did it in California, we did it in Portland, and you get to see all the different bars. So we did that in Red Deer. And even though we didn't have a lot of country bars, we had enough that we'd go from one place to the next. So when we were at a highlight here, we had 5 or 6 country bars that we could hop around to before we kind of went back to the host hotel, and then we were there. So this couple, they were telling me about this, and I said, yeah, and she said, we got so loaded and drunk that night. I said, you weren't alone. A lot of time I got so drunk that when it came Friday morning to start to organize the event, I'd sit in my chair and people would come and ask me a question. I said, yep, that sounds good. Yep, go ahead, yep. I said I was pretty agreeable Friday before I got to feeling healthy again.
Started thinking about me and Susie, how we used to spend those Saturday nights.
Here's some clips of the 1999 dinner show.
Later on, we'd be out cruising, dashboard drumming to our favorite music, kissing on the porch till her mama flashed the light. We had the world in the palm of our hands. I guess fate had other plans. This used to be our town. Wasn't a back road we hadn't been down. This used to be our town. Every inch is still sacred ground. Now I'm driving these streets and her sweet memory still makes my heart pound. This used to be our town. Susie cried the day that I left for college. Didn't give a damn about higher knowledge. All she really wanted was a family. When I got back, there was nothing I could do. Her first baby was almost 2. I guess she's doing fine without me. Now some things change and some things don't. Some things wait and some things won't. This used to be our town. Wasn't a back road we hadn't been down. This used to be our town. And every inch is still sacred ground. Now I'm driving these streets and her sweet memory still makes my heart pound. This used to be our town. This used to be our town. Now I'm driving the streets and a sweet memory still makes my heart pound. This used to be our town. This used to be our town. She said I'm going out with my girlfriends.
They had a Best Buns contest at the Red Hot Dance Festival, and you had someone take a picture of your butt in your favorite jeans, or in my case, leather pants. And you posted it on a board, and everyone voted, and I won the Best Buns contest. Then I had to get on the dance floor and spell my name, Rose Siebenek, not just Rose, with my butt. It was very embarrassing. Gail then DJ'd our daughter's wedding and proceeded to announce to everyone that I was the Red Hot Buns contest winner.
Yeah, so we danced in a Grey Cup, halftime Grey Cup one year.
Grey Cup? You guys have danced in
McMahon
the
Stadium. The Spirit of the West put it on, and they asked us to come up and dance with them and send us down there to We did it. So this is like, November. It's cold, and the girl said, "That's the one that you put pantyhose on. We don't want them to need pants."
Okay, yeah.
And actually it does. All the us five guys said, "Okay, no problem." One guy wasn't going to do it. So between us taking him down, the girls in the sand, we put pantyhose on. And it was Ken that when he was with it, wasn't going to do it. He was going to do it. So.
Ken Jacobson? Or no?
No, Matheson.
Matheson? Oh, okay.
A bridal shower with Bacardi punch. Jello shooters full of smearing on, but tequila makes her clothes fall off. She'll start by kicking out of her shoes, lose an earring in her drink, leave her jacket in the bathroom stall, drop a contact down the sink. She don't mean nothing, she's just having fun. Tomorrow she'll say, "Oh, and how have I done?" Her friends will joke about the stuff she lost. Yeah, tequila makes her clothes fall off. Oh, tequila makes her clothes fall off. Oh, tequila makes her clothes fall off.
Probably the most elaborate and heavily researched dinner show ever held at the Red Hot was in 2000, where they featured a timeline of the evolution of dance over the last 100 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 7th annual 2000 edition of the Red Hot Dance Festival Dinner Show Extravaganza and the Century of Dance. Tonight, we take you on an incredible journey through the music, dance, sights, and sounds of the 20th century.
Up to mighty London came and I was painted red.
In 2001, Country Pride had quite an exceptional performance team, and in that year, they were able to make history for the club by becoming the first performance team to go on to a world's competition.
Put on a shine, put on a motor, built out of love.
Here are some highlights and featured instructors of the 2002 Red Hot Dance Festival.
A piece of my childhood that'll never be forgotten. It was just an old plywood boat, the 75 Johnson with electric choke. A young boy, 2 hands on the wheel. I can't replace the way it made me feel. And I would turn her sharp, I'd make it whine. He'd say, "You can't beat the way an old wood boat rides." Just a little late across the Alabama line, but I was king of the ocean when Daddy let me drive. Just an old half-ton short bed Ford my uncle bought new in '64. Daddy got it right, 'cause the engine was smoking, couple of burnt valves, and he had it going. He'd let me drive her, and we'd haul off a load down a dirt strip where we'd dump trash off a thick tin road. I'd sit up in the seat and stretch my feet out to the pedals, smiling like a hero that just received his medal. It was just an old hand-me-down Ford.
Our next performance hails from Red Deer. We have the Country Pride dance team. This team is made up of people ranging in dance experiences from 1 month to 10 years. They are performing a line dance routine to a Shania Twain song. This will be the first time they have presented this song in public.
Just a dirt road, trash on each side, but I was Mario Andretti when Daddy let me drive. I'm grown up now, 3 daughters of my own. I let them drive my old Jeep across the pasture at our home. Maybe one day they'll reach back in their file and pull out that old memory and think of me and smile and say, it's just an old worn out Jeep, rusty old floorboards, hot on my feet. A young girl, 2 hands on the wheel, I can't replace the way it made me feel. And he'd say, turn it left and steer it right, straighten up girl, now you're doing just fine. Just a little valley by the river where we'd ride, but I was high on a mountain when Daddy let me drive. When Daddy let me drive. Oh, he let me drive. She's just an old plywood boat with a 75 Johnson with electric choke.
One of the times we were going out to Cowichan, we had what we called a vinyl party, and this was out at the Jacobsons. By vinyl party, it means that everybody was bringing old records to play. So we weren't playing CDs or anything like that. Everybody had to bring records. Everything was going to be played on a record player. We were sitting around the fires, and I don't know how this started, but next thing you know, all the guys got their toenails painted. So right after that, we're out at Cowichan, and this is the year that we stayed in the hotel at Cowichan, and now we're going down to the swimming pool. So I'm in the elevator, and here I have like painted toenails and no shoes or anything on because I'm going to the pool. Meanwhile, these other people are getting in the elevator and don't know who they are, and look down at your toes and see you have painted toenails, and yeah, my dancer got painted toenails. But really, I'm straight.
Just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have a 50 years as they're in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think, so don't blink. I was glued to my TV when it looked like you looked at me and said, best start putting first things first. 'Cause when your hourglass runs out of sand, you can't flip it over and start again. Take every breath God gives you for what it's worth. Don't blink. Just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25, then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have 50 years is there in bed, and you're praying God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think, so don't blink. I've been trying to slow it down, I've been trying to take it easy, in this here today, gone tomorrow world we're living in. So don't blink, just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap, and you wake up and you're 25, and your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have 50 years is there in bed, and you pray.
So I thought I would say something that I think is integral to the heart of our dance club, and that's the dance team. If you notice, the club started with a team, and that's what kept it a cohesive unit. It continued from 91 till about 2006, and then started back up in 2010, and has kept us working passionately together to promote the one thing we all enjoy doing, and that's to dance.
Life goes faster than you think, so don't blink. Life goes faster than you think, so don't blink. Life goes faster than you think. These old boots still got a lot of ground they ain't covered yet. There's at least another 1,000,000 miles under these old bus treads. So if you think I'm gonna settle down, I've got news for you. I still got a lot of leaving left to do. And as long as there's a song left in this old guitar, this life I'm bound to lead ain't for the faint of heart. So you won't fall for me, you know what's good for you, 'cause I still got a lot of leaving left to do. Guess the Lord made me hard to handle, so loving me might be a long shot gamble. So before you go and turn me on, be sure that you can turn me loose, 'cause I still got a lot of leaving left to do. Girl, you look like you might be an angel, so I won't lie. I could love you like the devil if you wanted me to tonight. And we could talk about forever for a day or two, but I still got a lot of leaving left to do. Guess the Lord made me hard to handle, so loving me might where the sidewalk ends and the road begins. We said goodbye on a cold dark night. I'm not afraid to go, you bet I'm not, where the sidewalk ends. You left a lot. Some people leave and never come back. Some stay in touch, some lose track. Your mind kept saying, come on, let's go. You started learning what you don't need to know, where the sidewalk ends and the road begins. I'll wait for you in the cold dark night. You might come back, you had to go, where the sidewalk ends. I'll never know. Hide from the future, run from the past. I guess I'll stay here as long as I can last. Whistle's still blowing, but the train is gone. Ain't no wheels gonna take me from my home, where the sidewalk ends, then the road begins. We said goodbye on a cold dark night. I'm not afraid to go, you bet I'm not, where the sidewalk ends. You left a lot. Where the sidewalk ends, you left a lot. Where the sidewalk ends and the road begins. We said goodbye on a cold dark night. I'm not afraid to go, you bet I'm not, where the sidewalk ends, you left a lot. Where the sidewalk ends, you left a lot. Where the sidewalk ends, you left a lot.
A big band and an even bigger dance floor packed with generations of families who learned their moves this way years ago at community dances.
We didn't have a whole lot of opportunity to dance to live music in any other way in our life, and so for me personally, it was always exciting.
Teresa Newman grew up in central Alberta, going to dances just like this one.
To be together with our neighbors and our friends and kids of our own age and dancing with all ages, it was just a really nice way for families to knit together.
Community dances used to be a big part of life in central Alberta. Young boys and girls would learn traditional dances like the butterfly and the heel-toe polka.
It's actually a lifelong dream of me with the dance club. I wanted us to be able to support family dances and dances like this.
Ironside teaches dance in Red Deer and says the benefits of community dance extend far beyond a night of fun.
It was something that really built my confidence and self-esteem. Having something that everybody can do together as a family is so important. The sense of community, something where people can come out to and socialize, and then having that common interest of dancing, I think is just the conduit for that.
Bringing back the community dance required a group effort. Several community organizations banded together, pooling their resources to take a new generation for a dance down memory lane.
I'm hoping that the children will learn that sense of being together with different generations of people is a really normal and fun thing to do, and that you don't have to be only with people of your own age to have a good time. For my mom and my husband's mom, I think it'll bring back some really great memories.
For Go Central, I'm Kayla Garrett.
Ready? And left behind, left hop, right behind, right hop,
I used to come back from university when I was younger to come to the community dances that I grew up with. And I wanted to see that happen here in Red Deer. We had probably just under 150 people last time, so we're hoping for about the same, maybe a few more. I mean, a lot of people know how to do some basic dancing when they get here, and some don't, but that's okay. And so when the band takes a break, we teach them a quick lesson. We're going to do jive and shawtees tonight, and we'll try to teach them different dances every time we do one of these dances. You know, it's all about having fun, first and foremost. And if you're out there on the dance floor and you're having fun, people don't think that you look stupid. You're just having a good time. And if you can socialize with people, meet some friends, or connect with some neighbors, I mean, that's really what it's all about. So when we started doing this on the Family Day long weekend, we planned this one for the spring. We've got another one planned for September 25th during Culture Days. So I think that's another one. The timing is good when everybody's kind of out in the community. And so it's just another way for people to socialize and connect. The City of Red Deer, first and foremost, they've been instrumental in helping us get the word out there through all the channels that they have. And the Red Deer Arts Council as well, just because they've been established in promoting the arts. And also the Culture and Heritage Society, that's where we're having it here at Festival Hall. They're responsible for the building. Our dance club, Country Pride, has operated out of this hall for probably about the last 10-15 years. We teach lessons every Sunday night here at Festival Hall, and everything from two-step to some line dancing, some swing, which has become really popular, cha-cha. We also have a performance team that does shows in the community, like Canada Day and the Westerner and different senior centers around town when we're asked to do shows. So you can get involved in all kinds of levels if you want to just learn how to do some basic social dancing. If you want to get a little more serious and learn more, we do all of that kind of stuff. CountryPrideDanceClub.ca, just Country Pride Dance Club Red Deer will pop up, and then you can find out our schedule, a lot more information about our club and how to get involved.
Baby, all I got's this beat-up leather bag, and everything I own don't fill up half. But don't you worry about the way I pack. All I care about is getting back real soon. A goodbye kiss is all I need from you. 'Cause I'm carrying your love with me, West Virginia down to Tennessee. I'll be moving with the good Lord's speed, carrying your love with me. It's my strength for holding on. Every minute that I have to be gone, I'll have everything I'll ever need. I'm carrying your love with me. On a lonely highway, stuck out in the rain. Darling, all I have to do is speak your name. The clouds roll back and the waters part. The sun starts shining in my heart for you. You're right there in everything I do. I'm carrying your love with me, West Virginia down to Tennessee. I'll be moving with a good Lord's speed, carrying your love with me. It's my strength for holding on. Every minute that I have to be gone, I'll have everything I'll ever need. I'm carrying your love with me. My strength for holding on. Every minute that I have to be gone, I'll have everything I'll ever need. I'm carrying your love with me. I'm carrying your love. They read you Cinderella, you hoped it would come true, that one day your Prince Charming would come rescue you. You like romantic movies, you never will forget the way you felt when Romeo kissed Juliet. All this time that you've been waiting, you don't have to wait no more. I can love you like that, I would make you my world, move heaven and earth if you were my girl.
I thought I would say that there are a lot of anniversaries going on in the year 2016, in the dance community in general especially. Portland Dance Festival had their 30th anniversary, Calgary Dance Stampede had their 25th anniversary, and for the city of Red Deer, we hosted our 125th anniversary for Westerner Days, and now here we are celebrating Country Pride Dance Club's 25th.
Make a promise I don't intend to keep, so when I say forever, forever's what I mean. I'm no Casanova, but I swear this much is true, I'll be holding nothing back when it comes to you. You dream of love that's everlasting, well baby open up your eyes. I can love you like that, I would make you my world, move heaven and earth if you were my girl. I will give you my heart, be all that you need, show you you're everything that's precious to me. If you give me a chance, I can love you like that. You want tenderness, I've got tenderness, and I see through to the heart of you. If you want a man who understands, you don't have to look very far. I can love you, I can love you like that. I would make you my world, move heaven and earth if you were my girl. I will give you my heart, be all that you need, show you you're everything that's precious to me. I can love you like that, I would make you my world, move heaven and earth if you were my girl. I will give you my heart, be all that you need, show you you're everything that's precious to me. I can love you like that, I would make you my world, move heaven and earth if you were my girl. Looking back on the memory of the dance we shared beneath the stars above. For a moment, all the world was right. How could I have known that you'd ever say goodbye? And now I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. Holding you, I held everything for a moment. Wasn't I the king? But if I'd only known how the king would fall, hey, who's to say? You know I might have changed it all. And now I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go.
Thanks, of course, first place overall, first place partner, first place solo goes to Country Pride.
But I'd have had to miss the dance. It's my life, it's better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance.
If there's something that you want people to remember most about what we're doing with this video, what would you want to say to them?
I think the biggest thing is really discover the passion of what dancing can do for you and for others. For me in the beginning, it was me wanting to learn everything about dancing. No, that's not what it is. It's about the friendships and the people you meet along the way. And some people that you're lifelong friends with that you wouldn't have met otherwise. So yes, it is dancing, but it's more about the people. And so dancing is that tool, that conduit, it's that common shared passion that we all have. And yeah, we love to get out dancing, and it's a social activity that we all do. And it's a good physical thing and all that, and it's very friendly. I'd like to be remembered or have the impact Country Pride has as just being something that's a very positive impact on people. And whether it makes them grow and stretch and do something they didn't think they could do, just like a brand new couple comes to a dance lesson and they don't think they can learn to dance, but then you see the light bulbs go off and then you can't. Or somebody who gets on the executive and they say, oh, I can't do this job, and I say, oh yes you can. Or it's like me, many times I didn't think I could run a dance festival, but I did it. Or do shows or anything else, all the crazy stuff we've done over the years. That's what it's about, pushing people to do things that they didn't think they could do, or give them a vehicle to do things they would never have the opportunity to do. That's what it's about.